Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Chris Hansen here. I'm going to showcase a biomechanical principle from Empi Kata. Now, I learned Empi Kata a while ago, so please excuse my lack of prowess here. But there's an up punch in Epi, a rising punch, and it looks kind of like this. Here, up. Okay, and the idea is to kind of hide that punch. You're using your last two knuckles to flick underneath somebody's guard or underneath somebody's chin, so you're flicking it up. When I cross-trained with boxers and savate guys and in MMA class, you get to see different expressions of different strikes. And so they do similar things where, they're delivering it, say, from a lower guard here for half guard, or AKA the Philly from here, and they're flicking up the jab and they're moving, right? So it's the same mechanic. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to combine how we can attack a guard, okay, and remove the barrier and throw in some attacks from there using this MP up punch type of thing. Okay, so I'm going to show it to you over here. So we can come a little closer. Okay, so Century Bob over here is he's got his guard. Ideally, I'd like his hands up here, but anyway, we've got a hand up in my face, okay? And what I'd like you to do is we're going to be attacking the guard from the underneath side. So we attack the guard. Shout out to Coach Trevor Whitman. This is where I got inspired by this. If you don't know who Coach Trevor Whitman is, check him out. Fantastic coach. I'll put the links below. Excellent striker, clincher, and he's an MMA coach to some UFC fighters, some of the top UFC fighters out there. So this is inspired by him. So you're attacking the guard, and he's kind of pressuring that. You don't want to do it too much. So I'm doing my flicker jab, and he's pressing down, okay? Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to change levels. So here I'm going to change levels. I'm going to cut through, open up that, and fire the cross or the overhand, okay? So it's here, right in there, okay?
Inside. What? Notice I opened his wing right there, and I put him on his heels because I had him playing with the hands a little bit. I changed the angle with the feet, and I put him on down so I could throw a square across. Hand biting, very important.
Let's see how it looks like in partners. Okay, so here's a situation. Now, I would say this situation is good for sparring. Okay, so good sparring, a consensual match. And it's great for manipulating the guard and getting in on the inside. Okay? All right, so you're moving around, right? And he's defending, right? Boom, he's defending, and I'm using my flicker jab, delivering it from down here, okay? And I have to be careful. I have this hand elusive here. Now what I'm going to do is here, boom, I'm going to get right in, okay? So I'm going to basically flicker, change levels, and come right through, okay? Okay, and you can even drop to the body even, if you can. Okay, so I'll try that option. So flicker, change level, boom, and then get right in here. Okay, I've scored that a lot in sparring, and it's a great technique. As soon as I saw it with Trevor Whitman display it, I was thinking, whoa, there's all kinds of things involved there, right? We've got in karate, we've got our open hand, shuto, and we've got our yakuzuki, and you're just combining these ideas together, right? Here, in particular in this part here, once you do that up punch from MP, another connection here, okay? You cut in here, cut right in, change levels, stay protected, and then fire down across or fire down low, right? Now, I gotta point out one thing, right? That yes, there's biomechanical connections in karate, but the training method is where the sweet sauce is, right? I never got this training method from the training that I did in just karate. I went outside and I looked at different applications, and then I looked back at my karate and I'm thinking, oh, this stuff is all valid. It just needs to be trained differently. So again, no disrespect to anything. I'm just saying every traditional art, all art has great tools. You just got to go out there and work with different people to unlock them. That's it. Now let's get a Wing Chun perspective out of this. All right.
Yeah. So kind of to, looking at that technique, I see parallels with the Wing Chun.
Biu Sau.
Let's say in Wing Chun, there's different ways to perform it. Some lineages, the way that I originally learned it was more of a straight down the center. And then I followed some other instructors in my lineage who they said do it a little differently with a bit of a coming from downward arc up. But the principle is the same of following a straight path, but just slightly taking a curve. And we can apply that sort of same idea. So let's say if I'm engaging and sort of feeling this guy out, I can follow in, and depending on your stance, if you're orthodox or southpaw, you might need to switch it up a little bit. But if I'm doing it orthodox, I might have to switch in, going in, stepping in with the right step here. So if I'm too far with this hand, I could also come in this way if I want to apply more of the trapping. Or
we were parallel like this.
Right.
So if you had, say, you're like here,
Yeah.
I was here. But I guess it doesn't matter in your case. It doesn't matter.
So if I'm orthodox and I'm facing a southpaw, again, I can try and feel, and if I feel like the structure that he's presenting is a little more lax, then I could technically just punch right through it, ultimately. So
You want to get a little close up on that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So check it out.
Let's say he's checking my parries, right? And I feel like I have that affordability to punch right through. I'm sort of coming in underneath, and it's a bit of an arcing straight attack. So it can translate to a punch.
Yeah.
It can translate to a open hand strike.
Yeah.
It also translates to a biuji, a finger jab.
Yeah.
And again, if we're just doing it as like a can opening style entry, right? Going in,
nice. Yeah.
right? And I've also seen this sort of application in, let's say, a lot of karate, where they're
yeah.
going in with a really hard, rigid, straight entry.
Yeah.
I guess you could translate it as a similar principle.
Yeah. My Kempo instructor, against the hook line, like, you've got these high line blocks, the Jorano case, but the way he showed it to us is kind of like a block. It's kind of like a block and an entry. So it's like an overhand. So he's throwing that, bam, it's like here.
Yeah.
It's the same kind of thing. I'm rebounding off of this and throwing that in, right? I'm staying covered. So see all these principles.
Yeah.
It's cool, man.
Another application I've been looking at, and again, it's kind of a similar, you might see in the form like in Silam Tao, going down and then up.
Gum Sau?
Yeah, Gum Sau.
Sau.
There's a sequence in the second set going down and then up.
Yeah.
You may have seen that.
Yeah.
I guess similar principle in a much more similar way.
Yeah.
And I think they also, the crane influence in both karate and Wing Chun.
Yeah.
If let's say you're going down and then you come up with a high attack, I can intercept.
Yeah.
You have that crane wing action.
Yeah.
And then again going in with different entries from there. But the principle, I think, is similar. You're going from a low position to a high position. It's similar energy. It might not be from Wing Chun side, might not be the application.
Yeah.
But if we're just talking about crossover parallels, that's another thing that I see.
Cool, man. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.